What's going on, team? I'm super excited. Got a swing trade in the green. Took some profits already this morning. ARM making me a cool like 55 bucks this morning off of 8 shares. And let's not forget, we started on this one with a lot more shares than that. So good profits there on the ARM IPO. I might trade it again. Find out right here on live trading.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
What's going on, guys? We're here. Ready to get after it. We got Ryan Faloona, of course, Money Mitch here. You guys can always check us out on Twitter, Faloona, Money Mitch BZ. We always try to keep you guys up to date on what's going on out in the market today. Two big things, right? At least just to start off, the IPO on ARM. And yes, it is tradable on Trade the Pool. So if you guys haven't traded ARM or interested in doing it, I was super excited when I tried to look it up, and I was like, ooh, it's tradable. That's exciting to me here. So you guys can see ARM here now bouncing back. This morning I sold as it went through this resistance. What do I always talk about? I want to see prior resistance become support. When I see cut downs, I'll take some money and run, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So I gave it the chance to get back there towards that 70 and continue going. Yesterday, we got this one. I had an average of like 59.40s, somewhere in that range, and it just kind of rocketed it off, guys. Was able to sell some into that breakout. We'll see what happens with ARM today. I also still got shop. So technically, I did a swing trade of 2 stocks last night, Ryan, on the Trade the Pool account. And this is what I'm trying to do more and more, right? Use my bread and butter to expand my wins here on the Trade to Pool account is going to help me get to that next level, right? We'll see what happens in shop today. Not going to let it go red, right? But looking for this to get back up there. Daily chart still looks pretty good. If the daily chart can get back above 64 today, we're going to be looking really good in shop. I can even add to this later in the day. We'll see what happens. It's been a hell of a good week for me, guys. Close to like 670s now with that ARM profit this morning. So gonna keep battling, right? Let's keep having a good week.
$670.
Yeah, and keep battling, man. That's what it's all about. And that was what? DraftKings. Let's just be honest. DraftKings was like a close to $400 trade. I'll add it up with all the kind of the profit takes, and the final profit takes. It was close to $400 on that gain. And then I've had a lot of like smaller gains. Yesterday, RCL was a really nice one that I got a nice little gain on. This is continuing. I'm going to look to see if this can push. And how did we find this one? That was all off of NCLH. Look at that, how that closed. Pretty strong day there yesterday in the cruise lines. We'll keep looking at stocks. I don't want to take up all the time here. I'm going to go ahead and kick it to my man, Ryan. And the main thing there is I also want to kick it to you guys in the chat. So you guys out there, throw up those tickers. Anything that you want to take a look at before the open, now's your opportunity. Let's go to Ryan. Let's take a look at the SPY. And of course, we'll take a look at some of the other stocks that Ryan's looking at this morning.
All right. So first things first, we're going to take a look at the SPY. A lot going on here today. So I know we don't have Nick, so I'm going to do my best to try and fill in. I can't quite fill his shoes, but we're going to try. Big news from this morning.
We miss you.
Big news from this morning, the United Auto Workers strike for the big three. So that's going to be Stellantis, Ford, and GM. This is big. This is big. There's no negotiations today. They're very, very far apart. Seems to me that the auto workers' demands are not reasonable, at least from where I sit. So we'll see where this ends up going. I don't have any position to trade this, but just keep in mind that this is going to be a huge piece of the news flow. We're going to hear stuff back and forth about this pretty much all day and likely into next week as well. So that's happening. It's a quadruple witching today at the close. So that's happening. Now, I don't really think that you need to even worry about that. I don't think there's anybody in here that really needs to be concerned about what's going to happen with the quad witch. Just know it's happening in case we see some odd action Don't get trapped. Don't get yourself hurt. That's happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna be paying attention to what they call the witching hour, right? That's the final hour of the market on Quad Witch Day. I will be taking a look at that on Start Swing Trade. How will that come into play? Last time it didn't do much.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to also mention that. So we'll see if this time it's different, right? We'll see what else is going on.
Couple other things to mention. First of all, we got news this morning. This is a headline that 13 and I were actually up early discussing this. But we both believe that this headline kind of got pushed down a little bit with the economic data out of China, as well as the United Auto Workers news. But Taiwan Semiconductor told its suppliers to delay chip equipment devices. Now, there's some speculation in here that maybe that has to do with an impending conflict with China. We don't know for sure on that. What we do know for sure is that they're telling their suppliers to delay chip equipment deliveries. That's not good. Now, on the flip side of that, we've got Apple saying that the iPhone 15 is sold out. Pre-orders look high. They're actually higher than the 14. Apple stock is reacting to that. So a lot of stuff back and forth today. Could definitely see today being a chop day. Just a lot of news flow here for a Friday. Good morning, Wes. Hopefully you've got some golf lined up.
Yeah, Apple, the whole telescope camera for the Pro, Samsung's already had that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have a 200 megapixel camera mode. It was like I saw the thing. They're like introducing her 48 megapixel, and I was like, okay, I have a 200 megapixel mode, and most of my shots are normally at 50 megapixels. So whatever. I'm just saying that the numbers don't lie. Things look good.
Yeah,
iPhone is a service.
It's a good catch because it's the only stock kind of holding up really good in the pre-market, at least in the tech game.
Yeah.
So Apple's holding up, and a lot of people are feeling like that's holding up the SPY here this morning. So keep your eyes on it.
Yeah. So, okay. So Elon saying the quad witch is more important for the market than the strike, in my opinion. Interesting to see. I respect your opinion. I think I respectfully disagree. But you know what? Let's see how it plays out, because you might be right there, and I might have to take the L there. Either way, just know about what the events are so that the decisions that you're making are more informed. That way, you can kind of follow whatever it is that you're watching, follow it closely, know the different inputs that are affecting it. And hopefully at the end of the day, you'll actually have made a better decision. Okay. They always flock to the Apple Hotel on down days. Jay Rice, this is hilarious. One of the gentlemen from the happy hour jokes that Dan Ives has a cot at CNBC and he sleeps there. And when they get bad news, they wake him up and they wheel him out of his cot, and he talks all this bullish stuff about all these tech companies trying to save the market, and then he goes back to his nap or to bed. So hilarious that you call it Apple Hotel. I might keep that. I might keep that thing and reuse that because I love that. Okay, so looking at the SPY here, some interesting action yesterday. Obviously, we had the ARM IPO. I think that that's going to be in play today. I'm really not going to cover the levels because let's see how it unfolds when the market actually opens. I'm certainly not buying it in the pre-market. Just going to wait until the market opens, and then we'll trade it there. We'll trade it in the pool. I traded it in the prop account and in my main account yesterday. Scalped it for lunch money, and then I took that money and got myself Blue Malnati's last night for dinner for the football game, which turned out to be an excellent football game. So I woke up today pretty happy. We'll see what we can extract from the market here today. Now, as far as the SPY goes, we traded all the way down and bounced off I think this is the 20-day. Yeah, the 20-day simple moving average. We actually closed above the 50-day moving average. So it'll be interesting to see where we go. We are kind of leaking here in the pre-market. It's going to be interesting to see if we actually find some support and bounce here. By the way, oil's down. We've talked a lot about energy and energy prices and all of that. Oil's down here today. So let's see what type of action we get. Notable, VIX at 1297, a 12 handle on the VIX. No fear of this market. No fear of this market selling off here. Low print was 1268. I believe that came right in the after hours yesterday. So that takes care of our macro stuff. Let's dive into some of these smaller names, and I'm going to turn it over to you folks to see what you're looking at. Born to be free. Good morning, my man. Happy Friday. Can't wait to hear what you're trading here today. All right, let's take a look at the movers tool. I'm sorry in advance to you folks that hate small stocks, but that's pretty much what's on the movers tool here today. We'll start with Iova. This is Iovance Therapeutics. We do have a catalyst. We actually popped as high as 580, came back into the VWAP, and we're holding right above. Catalyst, Iovance Therapeutic shares are trading higher after the company announced the FDA extended its BLA priority review for some words I can't pronounce. Okay, so getting some FDA news here. Market's liking it, up 21%. IOVA. If we take a look at the daily chart here, you can see we're really kind of bouncing off the bottom. So we've seen some of these stocks that have really kind of been sold into. They bounce pretty ferociously. Now, I'm not sure that that's what's going to happen here on IOVA, but that's definitely going to be something that I'm watching. Again, I think the thing that I like the most here, well, we were hanging right around the VWAP. Now it looks like we might be rolling back towards that 580 handle. We'll see. IOVA definitely in play here today. Next is going to be YS, and this is YS Biopharma. We traded this not long ago, if I'm not mistaken. We had some PR in the morning. If we go to the news here, you can see YS Biopharma granted a patent in the U.S. for immunotherapy targeting chronic hepatitis B virus infection. Patents cause these things to move sometimes. In my experience, most of the time it's a pop and drop. So any gains that we get in this would be short-lived. Make sure that you take them instead of holding on and then hoping. Hope is not an investment strategy. We're going to try and be as tactical as we can. Yeah, it looks like Tuesday was the last time we got a PR about them participating in a biopharma conference. And 10 days later, we got this patent news. So YS going to be in play here today. We are right around the VWAP, right around the $1 level. Let's see if we can really kind of trade up and take 120 right off the top. Cannabis remains strong. Cannabis moves are still going. And I think one of the things here with CGC is that the yesterday's intraday high at 148, our pre-market high here at 150. I think you can call that 148 to 150 a resistance area. And I think that if we pop above that, we actually might get a little bit of an enhanced run or an extended run, I should say. So keep your eye on some of the cannabis names. I didn't see some of the other ones in here. ACB is, of course, under $1, so it's being filtered out of my movers tool here. But again, I don't like these either. But for you penny players here, ACB also trading up here this morning. We should probably take a look at Tilray as well. Tilray trading up here. So CGC, the strongest of the cannabis names, but cannabis trading up here. Let's see where we go. The most interesting chart formation of all of those names is, in fact, CGC. Nikola is up here again. We had a couple of discussions about Nikola. I can't believe that this stock is up ever. I'll be completely honest, but it is. I probably won't trade this. I've traded this before. Fairly recently. I actually felt like I needed to take a shower afterwards because I really didn't like it. But in any case, Nikola's up here, had a big run yesterday, up again in the pre-market. Be careful with it. PR here, Nikola shares are trading higher after the company announced an expansion of dealer sales and service network for its Class 8 trucks in Canada via the Hyla brand in partnership with ITD Industries. Okay, the only thing that I would want to know is make sure that that's not the truck that keeps getting set on fire. We had some of our Arizona folk, Becca, I think that was you, sharing pictures, some of these trucks on fire at the Nikola plant down in Arizona. Just be careful with this stock. Let's not believe some of these PRs are going to be, big savers for the company. I don't know about that. MSOS, this is going with the cannabis move. We already talked about Tilray on there. And then, of course, ARM. Now, ARM, I think, is definitely going to be in play here. I actually talked to a really experienced trader last night who said, generally speaking, I need 6 months worth of data to make any type of educated guess on swing trading some of these names. So that actually sounds pretty good to me. I don't think I'm going to hold ARM anytime soon. But with this being one of the more popular stocks, I'm definitely going to be day trading this. It's done pretty well so far. So that's what I got for right now. Would love to take a look at some of the names here from the chat. Lucky you, Garcia, you're also saying Mullen is running. Yeah, Mullen and Nikola, not my favorite. Mullen, I've been very, very vocal about Mullen. I don't like this at all. If you guys trade this, be careful. That's really the only advice I can give you. Just be careful. Don't like these companies. Don't like Mullen. Not going to trade it. Going to look for some other stuff. But that doesn't mean that you can't extract money for it. So just be careful with that. All right, let's go through some of the other things in here. DG is below COVID levels, says Bourne. Let's take a look at that. That's, of course, Dollar General. What's interesting here, Bourne, first of all, look at this chart. I mean, look at the performance of Dollar General. This is down from 260. This thing's been cut in half already. Looks to keep going lower. I'm not in the business of catching a falling knife, but I do think that this is appealing as the consumer begins to tighten. I think we're already kind of seeing that. I expect the consumer to continue to tighten into the fall here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a credit event at some point. I don't know when, but definitely can see a future play here in Dollar General. Bourne, the only question I have is where is the bottom right now? I'd almost be okay with that confirming a bottom and trying to play it on the way back up for a swing trade. But like the thesis with you on this one. Okay. Let's see. What else did you guys want to take a look at? EBET and GCT. Let's take EBET's this like 7-cent stock, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is a 5-cent stock. Guys, I'm not even going to cover EBET. I mean, you play this at your own risk. I think that this is all kind of crappy, to be quite honest with you. Kind of crappy here. But don't let my opinion influence you. Do what you need to do. We're probably not going to cover EBET. GCT, this is GigaCloud Technology. This one, let's see. This really kind of sold off recently. Darn, down like 7 points here in 3 sessions. Really, it all happened in really 2 sessions. Maybe this does bounce. This one, I would say keep this on your radar because maybe if we do kind of trade back up through 13, this starts to get some buying volume on that side. We'll see. Maybe that'll give us an opportunity to trade this long. But GCT, GigaCloud Tech, no line on this. Would love to know what it is that you guys are seeing in this. I mean, I do see the chart formation here. Maybe it's just a technical move. Good morning to all of the people I haven't said good morning to. G. Valetti, let me just roll through your list there. Iova is also on my list, so I'm going to skip that one because I already covered that. But let me quickly roll through the rest of these here. You had LIFW, which I've never heard of, 10-cent stock. No offense, but I'm just going to kind of skip over that one. Shot. Not even safety shot. Not even sure what this is. Big sell-off here. Maybe if we get a bounce, VWAP up around 2. So if you get a bounce, maybe that happens. Oh, this is Jupiter Wellness. Okay. So this was I do remember this stock. I think maybe we did trade this. Okay, so I see why you're watching this. We'll check back in on this. I have no line on that though. Awin was the other one. Another penny stock. No, I'm gonna skip it. Agri, and I think that's still a penny stock too. 15 cents. So G. Valetti, you're looking at all of those lower priced ones. We'll see what we end up getting there. SPY is dumping. Yep, SPY at the lows. So here, let me quickly flip over here. We can take a look at an intraday chart here. SPY is moving lower. ARM is moving higher. I would imagine at some point that is going to normalize. I mean, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong here. Let me flip over to my main workspace. I know we are going to be getting ready to go here and take a look at that. The 2 penny stocks that the group is looking at already on the relative volume scanner here in the pre-market. So you guys are obviously looking at the right things today. We'll see if we end up getting an opportunity on there. I could have sworn that someone mentioned DTSS earlier today. I don't remember where it is. There's another penny stock here. I don't know. I hope we can find something other than these pennies. Not my favorite to trade. AVTX, Rustam, tell me this can be another penny stock. It is another penny stock. You guys are absolutely killing me with the penny stocks. Happy Rosh Hashanah to everybody out there. Awesome. I'm actually having a brisket to celebrate Rosh Hashanah this weekend. It's going to be amazing. Going to be absolutely amazing. Let's check out ARM as that continues to rage into the open. I'm going to be a little careful with ARM. I want some of this stuff to settle before I really start taking stabs at it. Minute 20 seconds till the market opens here. D Snoots, welcome back. We kept the seat warm for you, my man. You handle your business. We'll be here when you're available. Welcome back. Hopefully you have a great day here today. Okay, market's still trading lower here. SPY futures pounding the lows. We'll see if it's able to bounce here. Looking around, Apple actually kind of sold off, kind of gave up some of its gains, but it's still higher. Let's see. This market might be interesting today. Market might be interesting today. Okay. Lucky You Garcia says, Ryan, thanks for everything you do. Hey man, you're welcome. Thanks for your support, and thanks for spending time with the Benzinga community. We work very hard to grow this, so we're appreciative for each and every one of you that spends your time here. Hopefully we can make some profits today. Really appreciate the kind words. Really appreciate Shana Tova. There you go. Hopefully I said that right. Not trying to insult anybody, but yeah, Shana Tova, Happy New Year, Happy Rosh Hashanah, whatever it is that you say. Hopefully you have a great day here today. All right, we are 15 seconds out from the market opening. Let's get it. Hopefully Mitch gets back here. Hopefully Mitch gets back. Here we go. We are open. Let's see what ARM does. All right. ARM coming in a little bit. How about those cannabis moves? Oh, Mitch is back. Mitch.
You know it.
Dude. Okay,
Never
ARM, let's see if this actually finds a spot.
Arm's just shooting out the gates here.
Well, it traded up right into the pre-market, but I want to see if it actually sells off and gives us a coming down to VWAP here. Coming down to VWAP.
So today, what I'm going to do, at least for me, guys, I'm not going to be probably trading ARM today because I feel like it's going to be too fast, but I'm going to look for another stock that could move with ARM, which is NVIDIA. So if I see a big rip up on ARM, I'm going to be trying to trade NVIDIA to the long side. If I see ARM rip downwards and just start crashing, I could actually go trying to short NVIDIA. NVIDIA is showing strength here right out the gates. And this tells me to maybe look out for one of them taking lead, right? Look at that candle. There's a reason why. And big level that I'm watching for on NVIDIA is for it not to crack 450s. I feel like that's where buyers step back in on the daily chart. And I'm looking to see if, of course, if ARM can run the market today. Shop already going into the green there for me. So I'm not going to have to stress about Shop right now. I will set a stop right underneath my entry just to make sure that I get out if it does come back to me. But I'll give it a chance to just get right back up there and continue with a nice little swing trade.
Tried a little bit of CGC here. Don't feel great about it. Feel like it's a little bit high risk, but wanted to see if the cannabis sector moves. This CGC comes back in. And this is the main account, not the prop account. CGC higher. Let's see if we can break the 150 spot would be what I'm looking to break here. Let's see if we can get that going.
Yeah,
there we go. 151. Let's go. Got a little green trade here out of the gate, boys. Let's go.
Doesn't look too bad to kind of play that outlook here. I'm with you on that one. Looking around though, guys, Disney making a little bit of a nut move here. Nike did a nice little push there. I'm just keeping an eye on stocks out here to see what's going on. I'll keep a look at ARM. That's right above me. And then of course watching Shop. RTX, I actually was thinking about trading this yesterday and I didn't take the trade, and it was a nice setup going into the close, guys. Look at this little push there. It went to 74.41s and just took off there to 75.60s. This was actually an outlook that was brought to me by someone in the chat on Start Swing Trade. That's how I got it, because I told them they were looking at RTX. I was like, I need to see Lockheed Martin show me another strength day. And it was strong all day yesterday. That's what told me to look at maybe RTX. Let's see if that can continue. All right, looking around. What do you guys got out there?
I took the gains on CGC. Just a real quick, small green on the screen trade. Hey. This actually might be in play later on today, Mitch. I'm not counting that out. I just wanted to get some profits booked, so I have that confidence behind me for the next trade. ARM looks like it's trying to bounce here off of the VWAP on ARM.
All right, so I do see oil pulling back today, guys. Let's see if we get an oil takedown today. It did make a new high today earlier, but I think that could be a little bit of capitulation as it's been rising, trying to get above 90s. This morning, we were up there even to 91.15s, and it's getting a takedown right now. So we'll see if this can bounce, and then I maybe get back in on some short of oil today. At least that's what it's looking like. Tilray at 4. I just don't feel like playing the cannabis to the upside, but hey, I'm with you guys. I wouldn't short it today, at least my outlook. I like the way it was setting up on MSOS yesterday. I was shorting it before, going back down to the 9, and then today it's holding above resistance. I'd leave that alone, at least for the time being. Take a look at Chevron here, different names to see if maybe I go shorting into the oil names.
Ooh, CGC moving lower here. Glad I took the gains quickly on that one. Sometimes better to be lucky than good.
167 is looking interesting for me to risk off of here on CVX.
I tried some ARM in the prop here, but we'll see if this works. Just went kind of small just to see if I can get a field trade here. 25 shares. So if this sells off, no big deal. Just want to see if we bounce right here. Do we still have any of the buying volume that we had yesterday? Doesn't look like it.
Looking for a little push here above 167 and then a quick takedown right back down. I got my short out there at 167.05. Trying to get short here. Chevron, you guys see my chart right here. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a pop fill towards 167. There's the pop fill. Now I'm going to look toward to hold towards 167.50s here. So I only went with 50 shares, so I can at least give myself some room here. But doesn't look too bad here. Got my first entry on Chevron short.
Looks like ARM is going to go below 66. There's definitely some support there. We'll see if it goes below. It's bounced twice off that 66 level. But it's not a big bounce. Well, it's just kind of a little one. We'll see if this continues here. Going back down to that 66 level.
All right, guys. We'll see if I add here on Chevron. Got a trade there on trade the pool?
Yeah, I've got 25 shares of ARM. I'm down a little bit on it, down about $24. I want to see if it bounces here. If we break beneath 66, Mitch, I'm going to have to be out of this trade, take the L, and then wait for it to set up again. I knew going into this was risky, but this is a potential bounce spot. So let's see if we get it. Average price here, 67.22. Again, very, very small position, kind of being a little bit loose on the stop.
Can't blame you, man. We'll see what happens with that one. Rejection twice now off 167.23. He's looking for one more rejection here on Chevron to add to the short here. Now we're back below 167. So anything back on 167 on the bid, I want to add here and then start adding to my short. So I'm already setting up for that. I just put an ad there at 167.05. Let me see if I can get a little pop fill into that ad and then look for it to take down Chevron today. As I'm shorting here into Chevron. ARM, I'd like to see 66 hold again. So like that pullback that it just did, at least for me, I like that it's holding 66. Wouldn't want to see it get below there on the bullish side, but we'll see what happens. I get that pop fill. Yes, 75 now, 75 shares there. Don't want to see this go back through 23s here, so I can stick a little closer now. It can pop to maybe 167.20s, but I think we're going to get this move back down to 166.50s here.
ARM, nice pop. We are green on this trade now. Let's see if we can keep going. It's probably likely going to slow down here.
Back below 167, I might add this 25 shares. There we go, back below 167. Just for a second here. I'm going to look to see if I can get 167, and then it hits. About 10 seconds left on the 1 minute. I'm going to look to see if this is going to be the fade here.
Let's see if ARM can go higher here. This would eclipse that first candle where it tried to go higher. Nope, rejected. Let's see if it's got it. Nope, coming back in. Oh, it's trying. God, I'll tell you what, some of these things, some of these newer issues really volatile. Up, it's trying to go higher here. Come on, ARM. Come on, break this off to the top. Let's go.
All right, guys, I just added in there. Now I know my stop. Now I know my risk, and then now I can go after this stock. Let's see what happens. It's about a $31 risk here towards the 34s. Going to look for a takedown right back down through the lows. Let's see if this thing does a little bit of a fade action on oil right now. We'll see what happens here.
Took ARM off for now. Booked some small gains. Looked like it was kind of slowing down. Maybe that was a misread. It's hard to read some of these newer issues, but we got plenty of time. It's early, 2 for 2, despite that ARM trade being kind of small. ARM coming back in now, so maybe I did make the right decision. Green on the screen, Mitch. That's how we're going to do it on Friday.
I like it. I like it, man. Got a battle. You can give your outlook on ARM there. I didn't really let you do that.
You know what?
So
I'm just kind of I don't really have one, Mitch. I'm just kind of playing order flow. By the way, ARM way under my buy there now. Just kind of playing order flow. Thought that was at a bounce spot. Thought I saw some buying coming in. Bought it, was a little bit too early. Then as it started to get heavier at the top, ended up selling it. Again, this was a very, very small position, 25 shares. After fees, I booked $5.50. I was basically playing defense, making sure that didn't go red. So nothing really to speak of just yet here. Wanted to take a stab. And by the way, while we're talking here, this came back into VWAP and tried to bounce. I think that this is going to be back and forth. And the setup that I traded right here, not the best, much higher risk. So lower position size, and as a result, unfortunately, lower profit. We'll see if we get a better setup, and then we can maybe size into it.
You got it, my friend. We'll see what happens there. I'm still looking at Chevron, looking to see if it can hold a little pop here. It could get to even 50s, so I got to be a little bit careful here. Would like to see it reject the 23s and then get right back down, but it could go slightly above that, so I got to give myself a little bit of risk here. And then see if we can get this move right back down. Below the 167s is what I'm looking for. I want to see XOM go red too. From the open, it's break even right now from the open, so I'm also watching XOM here, and then keeping an eye on that ARM to see what happens there in tech. Right, will tech go into the green today? It's in the red. What's in the green is healthcare, defensives, and communication services. That tells me maybe we have a defensives type of day today, right? Maybe you see Coke, maybe you see names like that up higher today. Those names could be the ones that are leading the day. Confectioners, grocery stores having a good day. Packaged foods having a good day there. KHC, McKesson, General Mills. You know, it seems like those are the days, those are the stocks that are having a good move there. That could be the redness that you're seeing right now in certain stocks. So NVIDIA going red right now and looking like it wants to take out the lows. Let's see if this reverses with ARM coming back to the upside here. But NVIDIA looking lagging there. Apple red. Microsoft red. All the big boys are red right now. All the big boys being red right now. That's something definitely to keep an eye out for.
Fried chicken man saying, go get yourself a Big Mac, Ryan. $5 is $5. Don't really eat McDonald's much anymore and could not stomach a Big Mac early in the morning. That would actually make me feel kind of crummy. But you know what? We're not done yet. I think that there's going to be more here. Crow calling CGC. Crow, I love this. CGC sold off, came right back on. Let me see if I can. Oh, you still have my. Let me see if a CGC is in here. I feel like we traded this here before.
Yeah.
So CGC right back on. Let's see if we can actually break through this 150. Remember, this is what we were looking for. Maybe I will trade this in the prop. We take. I don't know. Sure. Should I take this here? I feel like maybe I should have waited at the VWAP.
All right, now Chevron's starting to come back below 167. I'm going to take a shot here in a second, guys. Just want to see this start coming back below the 90s, and I'll actually add to this 160.
I'm going to take some.
166.90. Do 89 there, and I'll add 50 shares.
CGC going here, Crow. That was a good call. Let's see if we can keep this rolling here. Size at 53 here. You can actually see it right on Trade the Pool. They're taking it, folks. They're taking 53. They're adding more in there. Oh my gosh, they just added a ton back, and they're hitting it still. This is kind of wild here. Let's see if we can actually. We really need to break above this 53. A lot of stock being traded there now. Oh my gosh, they are loading it up. They are loading it up. Okay, CGC coming back in now towards my buy.
Some oil names getting the bounce there. Could get squeezed a little bit here. See what happens.
Oh, right back to 55. Look at that on CGC. Size there at 55 too. Let's see if we take it. Kind of wish I had a bigger position here. Guys, watch some of the other pot names on this move. ACB, Tilray, Sundial.
ARM taking a hit down there. I might actually go short this now off 66. It doesn't look good there, and NVIDIA going lower there. So ARM could take a hit today, as a lot of people probably looking to
They're
play
taking
this on the
55.
upside.
55 down on CGC. Sorry for running you over here, Mitch.
You're good, my friend. I'm just calling out and maybe potentially shorting ARM. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is on trade to pool. So see if we were able to get that 66, 67s look interesting for me. I'm getting squeezed a little bit here on Chevron. We'll see if I get out. I'm pretty close to my out there. I'll let you guys know if I get out.
Crow will hold to 2. I mean, if this goes to 2, that's something, Crow. I don't feel confident about that. I'd love for 56 to get taken down here so I can close this. I really don't want this to go red on me. Yeah, this is the pullback I was waiting for. And now here we are. Should have just taken those gains. I knew it. I knew it. But let's see if we can go back up to 55.
I knew it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
I can't not play it when you do that, Mitch. I just can't not. I'm sorry.
We can't help ourselves.
Now it's struggling to get through 153 here on CGC. I'm going to take it off, book the gains, wait for a setup. If it goes through 155 now that I'm out, I'm going to be pissed.
I get stopped out on Chevron there. Oil going higher there. Definitely pushing on me. Looking to see if it's going to be a turning action today. If it comes back, I'll be willing to add. I'm risking about $50 here to make like 150 on the trade. So I don't mind that outlook here. See what happens on Chevron if it can come right back down. ARM is struggling there. Technology deeper red than it was. It's actually leading the downside action today. So that could be a little bit like it did a little bit of a tech trap there. It's starting to come back down. Cyclical's getting hit also. Financial services deep into the red. That actually makes me want to look at KRE short here. Been waiting for the KRE to do another leg down here, and it looks like an interesting day for it to do it today.
CGC came back to the VWAP here. Last time it did this, it bounced. Going to try some again. Oh, come on, Ryan. I actually doubled up my position here. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. Really, really tight stop on this one.
I like it. I like it. Get after it, my friend.
The last time it did, it's coming back. The last time it did this, it bounced ferociously. Let's see it bounce ferociously again.
Ferociously. Looking to see if JPM is going to get hit here. JPM looking interesting for a short. I'm going to leave Chevron alone because I got the stop there to protect me. I'm going to go after maybe JP Morgan here today. Would like to see it try to pop to 149.10 there, and I could risk off of 149.30s and then see this take a hit.
See, they're buying more at this 149 here. When it gets sold into, the buyers have brought it back. That's the play we're trying to go here. They keep refilling 140. There we go through. Let's see if we can get through 150 now. Get through 150. Chew that block.
Moderna continuing in the green today. That one's interesting.
There it goes.
Looking around out there, team. What to trade, guys? KRE bouncing a little bit there.
All right, took CGC off. I think it's going to slow down here at 153. This is one of the places it slowed down before. They continue to add stock here at 153. So book some more gains there. I know these are small.
I'm trying to recover 66. We'll see what happens. Will it be a 945 bottoming here on the ARM? Let's find out. Let's see if NVIDIA just wants to rock it back. They did do some bottoming action there in NVIDIA. Starting to work its way back there. Little part of me is interested in maybe playing the reversal and Soxel to the upside here. That's just because I'm trying to be nimble and quick. Right now, I was looking at tech short, but now it looks like Soxel is trying to reverse off the 75 here.
Didn't even realize, but that toll swing that I took, ticker toll, remember I took the 75 put for October in toll in the main account, not in the prop account. Didn't even realize until just now, big downdraft here, was above 80. Now we're down to 77. My target 75. We're halfway there on toll. I'll let you know if we can close this one off. Excuse me. Mitch, I'm going back to you here, my man.
You got it, my friend. Just watching Chevron here to see if we're going to get a down move or not. It looking like it wants to come stop me out in the 50s. I'll definitely move down and get stopped out in the 50s, but I'm looking to see if it's going to reverse right here because it's just sitting tight. Oil likes to do a little bit of a sweep through and then all of a sudden close back down. So that's what I'm looking to see what happens here. XOM is also an interesting one. I'll keep an eye on that. ARM trying to come back. 66 recovery there on ARM. That could push the stocks back up. So just be careful out there. That's why I kind of like that Soxel reversal. We'll look for Soxel if it does reverse today. Keeping an eye on it. I want to see if ARM is going to make a move. Did get out in that shop, guys. Shop stopping me out today, guys. So didn't get the trade there on shop, but didn't lose on it. That's what matters. Still got a cushion on the day, so I'm putting up my cushion on the day. That was given to me by ARM for the Chevron trade. We'll see if it works out or not. Let's see XOM go red there. Now it's starting to get red there on XOM, so that looks interesting for me. I'll show you guys that chart here. So XOM starting to come right back down here. If it could take a hit there, might help me. Of course, I'm looking at the market cap leaders. All right, so now back above 167.40s here now for Chevron is the way I see it. Really don't want to pack past that 40. If we get back into like the 10, I'll lower down right above those highs.
That long Tesla short DM trade unwinded fast. Indeed. In fact, isn't GM rallying right now? Look at GM, guys.
There's something weird going on there. 100%. Like I think there's no reason for Stellantis to be up. There's a reason why I'm not shorting it today, guys. There's something going on there. I don't know if somebody knows something that we don't know, but I can tell you the price action doesn't make sense. And when things don't make sense, I don't go try to trade things that don't make sense.
Yeah, and real quick, I know you guys are talking about CGC here. Look at this is why I took the gains that were small. In fact, this is actually one of the reasons why I kind of stepped up the sizing because I felt pretty good about doing that. It keeps coming right back in. Now, maybe there will be another setup where we get a bigger move, and I'll try to play that if that comes, but I don't need to sit through this right now. I don't know for sure that that's coming. So 2 small trades, they were both quick, but we're stacking gains on top of each other now. Jay says, I know what's going on. The market likes to fool the obvious. Indeed.
Yes, but it doesn't make sense why Stellantis is up where it is. Like, I understand why maybe Ford and GM aren't going down, but Stellantis has been going up before this news. And this is going to be an actual fundamental hit, right? This is not just a story, right? It actually affects their revenue if they go into a longer strike period. So that's where it gets a little bit confusing there because it actually makes sense on the fundamentals, right? It's not just story. It could cost these companies, we're talking 100 million. That makes a huge difference. So that's where it gets a little bit confusing there, the story at least. But I can tell you yesterday, there was a lot of volume going into that trade. And it could be in dark pool volume, right? And so that's the hard part about trading things that are a little bit binary and could go both ways, right? It could get a squeeze all of a sudden if they do get a deal. So you got to be careful on trading that kind of trade. ARM still hanging at 66. You see how it just held 66? That's the level that I'm looking at for reversal back up. It keeps holding that now. on the 5-minute. So let's see if it comes back there and just rips through 67. Chevron's about to get me out here. Hands on the trigger. And is it going to hit it? I see 60 on the offer. I'm just getting out. There, out. Took the hit there, guys. Down a little bit, $8 there. ARM at least gave me the cushion to let me go for that trade. It was a nice trade outlook, $50 risk. Took a little bit more, $60 on the outcome there, but was looking for like 150 on the up push. Let's go to ARM here as I'm seeing it set up here for that 66 recovery. I might take a shot on ARM.
Just give me a sec here.
Okay, so I see a lot of candles on the 5-minute that are going about $2, $2.50. So I got to understand that type of risk when I take this type of trade. All right, so I'm probably going to go about it in 10 shares here for ARM, slowly building up a position. So I'm looking at it for a nice little run. Another thing that I'm aligning this is with the SOXL reversal. So SOXL, I like that reversal off the 60s right now. Low being 66. Looking to see if this can close back above 2075. I'll put you guys up right here. I'm looking at SOXL and ARM here to see if they reverse. I haven't gotten in any of them, but SOXL making a move here to maybe do a little bit of some fake out to the downside. It hit right there, a lot of stops. You can see how the order flows just flew in there on my top right. It was really like no order flow, and all of a sudden, boom, a lot of order flows. This is when I usually see sometimes like a quick little reversal action because it takes up all that supply, and then it comes back. Let's see if it does that. If ARM doesn't get back above 66, then it could like take out 65 on the downside. And that could be why you're seeing SOXL just get smacked there too. So let's see if we get this quick wicked reversal, or do we get some more downside in the market here? Q is making another leg towards 373s. So we also want to see the Qs and the SPY reverse and NVIDIA reverse, right? I talked about that earlier today as being one of the stocks to watch for reversals. We'll see what happens there. NVIDIA did go through the 450s. And has been building a lot of volume through that 450s. So I'm looking to see if NVIDIA can recover 450s today. What happened with Hollow on the 12th? I don't even know. Tech may bounce, Chris says. Tilray. What's going on with Tilray? What happened with the WeWork? Ooh, that's coming down now. What happened with WeWork? Hey, WeWork's chart still doesn't look that bad, but hey, we'll see what happens there. What's up with IonQ? IonQ is starting to break down, guys. So that looks interesting there. Remember, I've been wanting to short this one. Look at the chart today. That doesn't look like good action, but this is a really nice move there. IonQ. Let me see here. There we go. Look at that down action today, 1790 down to 1716. ARM trying to hang in there on the 5-minute support there off like the 60. What do we got here? Close of 65.27, a low of 65.11s. And then now we just put in another 65.15s low. So that's kind of the levels that I'm looking to see in holding right now on ARM. 65.15. But we get a wicked recovery here.
Okay, got to focus. Sorry, I got a impromptu. Had to check some tee times. Because former colleague of ours is actually going to be in town on Sunday, and I have to play early because I'm not missing the NFL.
My boy said, I ain't missing it. I ain't missing it. All right, guys. I'm going to try to get right below 66 right now and take a little bit here of ARM. Like 65.50s would be really nice. A little bit of quick takedown. All right, so I'm going to use like 10 shares and then just start buying on pullbacks here. I'm looking for the bid and the offer to drop down a little bit there. Putting out an order at 65.50s. I'm going to put an order at 66 now that we just broke through it. Trying to ladder orders on pullbacks here. 65, 15. So you see the ladder of orders out now. I'm trying to get in the ARM, but only on pullbacks. Then I can adjust this top order and pull it closer to that 65.50s if I see it pulling back. I think we're going to get a little bit of a hit right quick to like around maybe 65.75 here. I'm looking to get filled on that. So I'm going to be moving it from 66 to 75 as I see it go to 66. Looking for pullbacks now to get in here. Stock sale starting to reverse. I also want a piece of stock sale. So that's what I talked about just earlier. About doing a wicked reversal off the stock sale trade here. 65s, 60s is probably going to be my risk here. All right, pulling back really fast here, so it's going to give me an opportunity. All right, right there. Took a little bit there. All right, can add to this position in a second. Still no fills for ARM. There it goes to 66, so we should get filled now in a second. All right, I like how it's trying to recover 70.
Wow. I was sleeping on this one, guys. Sorry about that. Mitch, I'm going to go away real quick and then come back to you here,
my friend.
As you're doing it. FFIE, this was a move. This is a textbook what I'm looking for, and I just straight up missed it. I'm sorry, folks. Big pop on volume. Move back to the VWAP. Big secondary pop away from the VWAP on volume. This would have been the trade, folks, and I'm sorry I missed this one. Not on the list here either. IOVA down first, coming back to the VWAP. Let's see if IOVA crosses VWAP. This was from the list earlier. CGC pounding lows here.
All right, guys, I got my starter there on ARM. Trying to add here.
Yeah, Hollow is another good call, Smoke Tuna. Hollow up 20 cents off that VWAP bounce.
All right, guys, got 20 shares now. 65, 68. I love my entry right now. I'm just trying to battle right now. But I got starters there on ARM and starter on SOXL long. I have an order to add 50 shares on SOXL at 2080s. If that starts to push, I want to get in at 2080s. 65.81's now holding there for ARM. I like how it's starting to hold. Now if it recovers 66, I'll look to add the last remaining shares at 66 and then start holding 65 as my risk. There's above 66 now for a second. Looking for a little bit more because it could always just pull right back below 66. I'm looking for a strength move here. And now starting to look for higher lows to start holding up. So higher lows on closes. So the last close was what? Slightly below 66. Want to start seeing 66 hold up on 5 minutes. This is a 15-minute chart, but I'm just trying to hold on 15-minute charts, especially to like a stock like ARM. So now that we're above 66.30s and looking better, now I'm going to move mine to like 65.94s there for my last add and then look to hold off 65s here. I'm already in the green there for ARM and looking for SOXL to take off also to show me conviction in the trade. Another thing could be NVIDIA rocketing off like kind of the 450 area. So now you guys see me coming after ARM. What do you guys think out there? Smash the like for this. Let's get after it. It's a stonk kind of day, baby. Let's go.
I'll buy it at a high price.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I ain't stressing it. Let's get after it. Let's see if I can get my pullback fill here below 66, and then it just takes off. Another thing is when I'm playing these should be more like I'm in, take off type of move, right? That's what I'm looking for. All right, here on ARM, guys, you guys see it? 65, 68, my entry. Trying to add some right here on this quick little dip. There we go. Got that last fill. Now I want to see it recover 66 and try to take off through 66.50s. Like always, you guys call your own levels. But now I'm in, and I can just kind of watch the stock and look for this to kind of make its move now. Understand my risk, like always, 65s. And I can give myself a little bit of room there to go a little bit further just in case we get some wick action there on this kind of recovery. So I'm going to put in here down towards 64, 67 here. But really, it's kind of like 65. But I know that we could get a little wick there and then a recovery. So I'm going to go ahead and just sit here and see what happens. Now I got my 3 entries. I went in it at a good rate. Now let's see if it takes off.
FFIE setting up. Thanks, Dave. Dave also thinks ARM is a short. Should I get? Let's see if FFIE is in the pool. FFIE, unfortunately, didn't come all the way back into VWAP.
All right, let's see if this can now reverse. It just made that kind of wick down, and I'm looking for it to kind of just reverse right back up. Stock sell just triggered there for me on the long there. So that was already jumping here. That gives me the opportunity to look to see if this can really kind of rip, right? We'll see what happens with this. It is testing down there. I'm going to drop it to like 57 to give myself a little bit more room here, but I wanted to see 65 holds there. You see how it just wicks and it's trying to get me out here? It's going really close to my entry here. I'm dropping it a tiny amount just to give myself a little bit more room. You see how it comes really close to me here. I'm going to drop it right below 50s here for a second just to make sure it doesn't trigger me out at 50s there. And now it's probably going to trigger me out here in the 40s. It's going right near my entry here. Boom, just triggered me out there. So that's how I tried to get around the little down move action because I think it's going to wick right back through 65. But I'm also not going to take a major hit there. By going at it slowly, I'm only down 56 there. I lost 44 on that name there. And it was a good setup for it to come back up. So let's see if this gets back up there. Now I got to focus on SOXL though, right? Because that trade I did add on. Now I want to see it take the 2080s and come back up through 21s. I had this at 2073s, risking off pretty much 2060s here. See if SOXL can just at least take off on me, and at least we have one trade in the green, get ourselves back to green, and then I can look to get back into ARM a little later. So you see how it kind of wicked down there and came back 64.27s, 64.36. Now we're looking like we're already starting to come back there on ARM. Let's see if this comes just up and just starts ripping. Big thing for me is NVIDIA is rejecting the 450 move right now. So it seems like NVIDIA 450 is definitely an area to kind of keep watch. I can show you guys that right now as SOXL is starting to actually get a nice little recovery action there. I'm going to even cancel my stop there. Let's take a look here at NVIDIA so you guys can see that. You see how it's trying to reverse back to 450s? It just made a wick there, but it turned right back around 450.20s. If this could go back into the green above 450s, that's where I think we actually start getting that move on ARM. ARM is taking another leg down here, so could already just start pulling back here. Going to go ahead and just make sure that my stop is set here. Only risking about 15 bucks here on that SOXL. NVIDIA going for another leg lower there. Will we see tech takedown here? Other stocks deeper into the red is Meta. Meta's really weak on the day.
FFIE, by the way, great entry there, Dave. I took some with you. I went way too small. Was still on. I wanted to get 500 shares. I only got 100. But a nice huge pop here. Let me remove this real quick. Nice pop right from your entry. I actually took it a little bit past you. Popped right up to those highs. Let's see if they take new highs again. FFIE, great call, Dave. You were right on that.
Yeah, it came down a pretty good amount from when I wanted to short it. That was that pop day.
On FFIE?
Yeah, remember it was a stock split, and I wanted to short it on that top of that candle. But now it's on the pop, right? And that's how those stocks go a lot of the times. Don't rush the scalp. Hold for long-term profit. Sydney, I mean, that's to everybody's, right? I mean, if you're looking for long-term profits on ARM, hey, power to you guys. My only concern long-term for ARM, and I got stopped out of there, stock sell, is the P&E ratio. So the price to earnings for it is higher than Nvidia, but yet it doesn't have the growth that Nvidia has. So I think it's going to be able to make some type of move to the upside. But I always see IPOs at taking out their lows. Very rare times have I ever seen an IPO that doesn't take out its lows. So in my eyes, just like I saw it on Kava, it can go up, but it can come right back down through those levels. So that's just my outlook. I think at some point I'll definitely think of ARM as an investment. I just think when they're IPOs, it's just very hard to invest on it that early. But hey, to each his own. Power and the best wishes on ARM. You guys see me, I'm trading it long. It's not like I've been even shorting it, but it looks like shorting off 66 today on that breakdown wouldn't have been bad either, because it caught me on that breakdown. And I'm sure it caught a lot of traders on that breakdown through there. 65 crushed down, and it went all the way down to 64 here. So I'm glad I got out too, right? Because if I didn't get out, that's easily how you get wrecked. All right, looking around, guys, to see what else is going on. And Soxel still playing the game where it could come back. So we'll see what happens on that. But definitely it's a tough day there in tech. So be careful out there, team, as that definitely takes a takedown.
Real quick here on FFIE, I think the most interesting, I just got stopped out on this comeback move, unfortunately. But what's interesting here, keep this on your watch. Let me see if I can zoom in. Keep this on your watch list, because here's your daily chart for FFIE. And it looks like maybe a breakout here is possible. The high here going to be 544. So we'll see if we hit that today. FFIE, if this comes back down towards the VWAP, I'd add again, and I won't mess it up. I'll add it in bigger size this time. Out there protecting that, though. Tesla maybe bouncing here. That was so dumb, getting such little amount.
Seeing Chevron come right back to where I sold it from. So I'm taking a look at it. I might get short on that, or XOM in a little bit here. I think XOM is a little bit more extended. Yeah, I like it off the 118s right now. Looking to see if I get a little bounce here on XOM. And then looking around to see if SQQQs can still make a move there. Seeing gold make a move up today. Disney still strong, now pulling back.
Hey,
RTX staying strong.
13, check out your Fisker call. This sure does look like a 7 breakout imminent here on Fisker. Here's your daily chart. Really like this. The thesis on Fisker here for you, if I recall, was that this strike would actually be bullish for them. Today's action looking pretty good here on Fisker. Maybe we do get a breakout.
Starting to see the cannabis stocks pull back there. ARM getting hit hard now, down to 63.40s, guys. MSOS trying to hang on there. We'll see if that's able to hang on. What about the Nikola? Pulling back. XOM already crushing there through the 118s. Wanted this to come back up through 118 first, but it's already flushing. So oil could start taking a major hit here. I messed up on the trade earlier. I just went too big. Chevron's back down to 167.24. Look at one like Valero. Be a little bit weaker. Yeah, it is a little bit weaker, but it's already cracked. MPC looks a little bit better for me.
I'm going to go back to your chart, Mitch. You have more activity going on right now. I'm still looking around.
Yeah, I'm just looking at oil shorts. They're just flushing on me, so that's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm looking at MPC also here. Risk is about $1. MPC.
Wow, what happened with Owl today? Blue Owl.
I don't even know what that is.
Me either. but I mean, the chart is insane, dude. Look at this. Oh, that didn't. Here we go. Look at this chart.
Wow.
This thing's moving away. It's up almost an entire dollar. Just really, really strong. Don't know what it is. Don't see any news though. So let me go back to you, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm looking at this MPC right now. I want to see some kind of bounce, and then I could get shorted because I'm already chasing. You see how it's already been red here. I hate chasing, but oil names like to flush. Look for one more bounce here towards like 55, 60s, and then I could get short.
FIE went higher, by the way. That was my mistake. That was an execution mistake. Mitch, you often talk about reviewing your trades. Is it a process or an execution mistake?
Yeah.
That one, I mean, I got out with, it wasn't a loss, but it was still an execution mistake because the call was so good. The setup was good, and I just didn't do it well.
Yeah, that just goes back, right? And then one thing that you can do is now work on that particular like make that a strength, right? How can I make that a strength? What are some of the things that I can use?
Yeah.
And things like that you got to start thinking about. SPY here, taking a look here. We're starting to recover now. We're starting to come back here. We'll see if NVIDIA can get back above that 450s. It's been weak all day. Tech's been weak all day. Utilities leading here. Communication, basic materials actually starting to make another move up. So silver and gold leading that action. Coal continuing to show its strength. BTU taking off there. I haven't taken a trade in the coal trade, but a lot of setups out there. So just keep watching. HCC is one of those coal stocks that has just been absolute ripping. Eventually, this could top out today. We'll see what happens just because it's so strong, but I'm not going to get in front of it. I need to see oil really break down, and then, yeah, maybe we could see that happen. How's the oil doing overall? Back in the 90s, it spiked on me there, but could eventually come right back below 90s. It got to 91, so I'm wondering if that's just a high right now, or are we going to go back to like 100? Yeah, AMR has been the best one. Let's just be honest. That's the one we should have been long for a long time on oil. Off of oil's move. There's 155s rejecting here for MPC. NVIDIA starting to come back there. See if ARM makes a move off this 62 or 63. MPC just bouncing around. I want it to come back here towards like 155, 60s and then fall down. Not right now. Just kind of trap some people here at 155 and then come the next time through 155 will be really where I want to look to see that take the major hit.
Nice job, SS Trades on FFIE.
Financial services holding in here. So that looked actually strong. JPM trying to take 149.50s. That could help SPY start making its way back. Industrials starting to make their way back there. So I'm looking at industrials right now. Picard, I made some decent money yesterday. It's been holding the support. Take a look at Picard. How's that looking? It could reverse back towards 86 today. Keeping a close eye on it. The industrials want to go green here. Yeah, XLI is a nice little setup also. There's MPC just flushing through that 155. It's not going to probably give me a chance there to short oil names. So I might need to look elsewhere, guys. Even though I wanted to get short on some oil names, might not be able to get it. So Picard looks interesting for me right here off of 85.50s. Might take a shot right here off of 85.50s. Yeah, I'll take a little bit here. I'm going to take a little shot to see if Picard can start making its move. It's about 85.30s the risk right now, so I don't want to go too big too early. But if this starts to get stronger here through 85.60s, start making a move to 86, then I can start looking, maybe get the ads on pullbacks. Right. ARM getting a nice little push off that 63. It cut down and recovered, so we'll look to see if that can come back.
Oh, here. Sorry about that, Mitch.
You're good, big dog. I got you. Snow is falling in South Carolina. I don't think it's a lot of snow.
The ticker, I think he means. John says, guys, I have to say, first time watching anything like this, and I've learned more in an hour than in 10 years. Well, hey, we'll take that. We'll take that for sure. Love your energy. Thanks for sharing all your everyday thoughts. That's what we do here, man. Try to make it a community where it's fun for traders of all different levels. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you back. Smita is asking, why do you short oil? You think oil price will come down? So oil has recently run up. So I think the contrarian trade there is maybe shorted on a regression to the mean. I tried that and took a small loss on it. I tried trading SCO. Didn't work. So it was a little too early for that one.
Well, I mean, just look at the oil names now. It sucks because I can't come after them now because I hate chasing, but look at them now, right? I just got stopped out just recently shorting oil names on Chevron, and now look at it. It's back below where my entry was. So, I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. MPC was one I wanted to catch also, and then look at that. I went from 155 to 154.40s here pretty quickly. So we'll look to see if those go lower, but can't catch it now. That's why I also think that maybe we get a little bit of some topping action in coal today. HCC looks like an interesting short there for me.
SS Trades telling me that Kraken is going. My favorite. It's not my favorite. I'm avoiding. SS Trades, good luck to you if you trade it. I'm going to avoid the Kraken. We're not going to release any Kraken here today.
Not yet. All right. Seeing if Picard can start making this move back up. Looking at XLI, going to make a move up.
Hollow back down.
I'm still struggling.
Hollow beneath its VWAP, but maybe on a VWAP reclaim. Everything seems to have dried up a little bit here.
Yeah, it's a slow Friday.
Quad witch later. We'll see what happens.
I just feel like there's some stocks that are extended on coal. So that's my thing there. They're like super extended.
That Tesla bounce was a good one.
We'll see if it goes higher or not. Maybe it gets up there and then eventually flushes through 47. ARM trying to break through 63s again. We'll see what happens on that one.
David asking, morning, everybody. Good morning, David. How about HE? That's, of course, Hawaiian Electric. Good move here today, actually, in Hawaiian Electric, up just about 2.5%, 2.25%, I guess I should say. Let me go ahead and do this. Boom, here you go. So here's your HE chart. A lot of people trading this, of course, this big gap down from the fires there. You know, thesis here is, are they responsible? If not, this should rebound. It might take some time. Decent day here today, but this seems to be back and forth every single day. It's this headline risk here. So this has definitely been a trader for us. Don't see a ton of, quick movement here today, and more of a little grind towards the highs. I'd buy this at support levels, maybe just kind of trade the range. Maybe you get lucky and it pops and goes back.
All right, guys, trying to add here to Picard in a second, then look for a nice little rip above 85.50s. We'll see if we can get XLI to bounce. Another thing that I'm looking at, XLI to bounce and then get right back up. Let's see if Caterpillar can make a move back. UPS make a move higher. GE, will it hold today? RX, Lockheed Martin, those are looking good. Knock, defensive stock. So not looking too bad. FedEx maybe on a reversal back up through 257. I'll show you guys that. FDX here. Looking for a reversal back up to 257. See what happens there.
Gerald, one thing here, big gonna go soon, 49% short interest. It's beaten down, almost the same market cap as bankrupt BBBYQ. One thing to keep in mind here on big lots, days to cover came in pretty good. Last days to cover reading was here. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Last days to cover reading was 5.39. Now the recent one as of September 12th, which was 3 days ago, 2.73. So this days to cover really kind of came in. I understand the percent of float shorted is higher here, but we'll see if this ends up squeezing. Taking a look at the chart, that's an intraday. We want the regular one. Definitely think that there's a potential bounce spot right in here around 5. This definitely looks like this could bounce, and if the bounce is long lasting, it might even be a double. But no position on this one. Interesting spot here. Appreciate you bringing this to the group. Short interest courtesy of Benzinga Pro. Of course, that is the official short interest, not estimated. AC2000 asking me what I think of Palantir. Palantir has been a tough one. I do think that there's going to be a spot for this. Long term, yeah. I mean, I do kind of like it. The military contracts are really what I like about it, cybersecurity, but it's been a very, very tough trade so far. Palantir actually has given us shorter term trades and has been quite good for that. The long-term trade here in Palantir, quite difficult. Overall, I would say that I like this. No long-term position, however. Mitch, I'm going to go back to you here.
Let's do it. Trying to add here for Picard. 85.40s here. Bids at 45, or now it's back to 40. I might just take off on me, but I'm looking for the fill on a pullback, not chasing towards the 50s. Pulling back right now, trying to get filled.
SS trades. I don't like doing this. Dollar cost averaging. This is one way to really, really get your account wrecked. It depends what you're doing. If there's an investment, I will dollar cost average, but I'm generally scaling into those positions too, and I have a long-term outlook on that. Day trades, I will almost never do this. If I buy something, let's say that if I buy a stock that's 5 cents above the VWAP, and then it comes down to the VWAP and stays there, maybe I'll add there to dollar cost average. But if that even drops 1, 2, 3 cents below that VWAP, I'm going to cut it. I don't like dollar cost averaging on leveraged day trades. Investments, as long as the thesis is intact, I will absolutely do that, but it has to fit a number of different criteria, including time horizon.
ARM going lower through the 63s and probably flushing out and a couple more longs. It's tough out there, guys. ARM does not look like it's coming back today. Technology getting dragged with it, and that's definitely affecting it. So this could drag the whole market down, guys. It's not looking good. Financial services could go red. Oil now finally bouncing here, so I might get my opportunity to get short on some of the oil names, but need them to bounce a little bit more.
FFIE 550 right now. 555, your breakout spot. Yeah, it was a great call on ARM. Someone else said it looked like a short earlier. Was that Dave or was that you, Jay? Maybe it was both of you. It was both of you. But anyway, we talked about the PE ratio. We talked about the overvalue of ARM. Seems to be coming in now. Give us a couple of days. ARM might bottom out and then trade back up. You never know. Baba did that. Smita asking for philosophy books. Join Mitch's book club. Mitch's book club goes through a lot of the trading books that I have read through. I don't have a specific one. Maybe the Day Trading Coach by Brett Steenbarger. That's a really good one. That might help you, Smita.
HCC trying to pick up now. We'll see if we get some VWAP rejections off HCC. And also going to look to see if Picard can get back up above 86 now. Got through that pullback there. Now it's looking like it wants to take back through 85.50s. Could add to this play, but I'm looking for more plays. I want to take more trades. That's what's been helping me. Not just taking one trade at a time. Setting up on different positions. Like this looks bullish right here, right? So I'm not going to get in front of that right now. But if that rejects, then comes back through 47, that could be the takedown there. So I'm going to wait for that. XOM looking interesting as it coming back there towards the trend line. Of course, it could go through that trend line, but I'm going to look to see if rejections are up there towards 118.40s today. And then also MPC coming back there towards 155. If it could go to the 155.60s, then reject there, I can go after that.
Scanners are dry here. Oh, well, let's get some RX.
Everyone's seeing that technology takedown in their eyes. They're just like, what? What happened?
I mean, I've been
Microsoft
waiting
is down 5.3%. That's not good, guys. Not good. If you're swing trading tech right now, you're just like, what the
No, it's
hell?
down 1.5%. It's down $5.
Oh, my thing updated bad.
I was like, I was about to have. I was like, how did we not short that, Mitch? That would have been a perfect setup.
No, correction. Sorry, something happened there with my system. I saw 5. Yeah. Trust me. If not, I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Webcoin, I recommend this book. Anyone that wants to read a book to try and make their trading better, this is one that I recommend all of the time. I'm not trying to take away from Mitch's book club here, but this to me is one of the best books for active traders.
He's a good coach.
He's awesome.
A good coach.
Yeah, Mitch, you'd be out here freaking people out now.
Hey, at least I woke you up though.
I was up. I'm 2 cups of coffee deep. There's no sleep until later today.
No sleep. No rest for the wicked. More like it. All right, let's see what happens here, guys.
Does Tesla go higher here? Does it break out of this formation and go higher here on Tesla? Probably.
All right, how's this oil looking like? Rejecting 118s right now. MPC trying to get above that 155. Keeping an eye on that oil. I think it's going to bounce maybe one more time to resistance and then finally let go. So with that being said, I don't want to get shorted too early. Lockheed Martin, let's see if that can keep going. Stock like that. Deere on a pullback right now. Looks interesting off 412s.
Tesla breaking out of that sideways formation here.
See if Deere leads Picard right now. Deere pullback 412s. Looking to see if that could take back there towards 414s. Stock sales still just getting flushed. Nvidia down big today too. That was a good indicator that it wasn't coming back. MSOS down big too. Cannabis stock starting to let go.
Tesla trying to go through 276 here.
CGC is trying to put a recovery there in the cannabis names. We'll see if that recovers off the 140s. Cat in the hat. It's rejecting a little bit. Gotta have your pet names for your stocks, right?
Yeah, some of them I have that. I'm trying to think. Tesla.
The Tesla Dragon.
In honor of Rob Smith. Tesla.
It's a Tesla Dragon.
It is a dragon. And we out here trying to slay it.
There's only one way. You gotta take the head off. Looking around, ACB. Will that recover and get to back there towards $1? Rejected 99 cents there. It bounced off 90 cents here. Will cannabis get high? Haha.
I see what you did there, Mitch. I see what you did there. Tesla going to try 276 again here. We'll see if it goes through 276.
Right? See what happens out there.
Well, it broke out of its sideways formation, so
Let's see if we can get it going here.
that is such a classic song.
AMAT day low. Oh yeah, that might be affecting these stocks, right? So one thing that we didn't bring up, and I don't think we did bring up, was that TSM negative news. Did you mention that? I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. That's what I think is dragging the market right now. Good job out there, Ben, bringing it up again. I think that's what's probably just getting, that's wrecking the market right now. At
Fisker 699.
That's just wrecking the market right now. Unless those stocks come back, those semiconductor equipment stocks, they're taking a major beating right now. Major beating right now on those names. You can see Deere. Now Deere's pulling back. We'll see what happens on XL Live. It can bounce here, but it ain't looking good. I'm trying to turn around a little bit there. Let's go back to MPC. Want to keep an eye on that. That rejected 155. Now going lower. XOM trying to go lower also. Will it make a bounce here? Will it flush? You guys can see here kind of the way the pattern's looking like. Oil's definitely battling.
Fisker at 7. Big size there at 7. Great job there, 13.
Fisker.
You were all over that. There, just took 7. Just took that huge spot. Fisker good on all time frames now.
Fisker. Who's getting frisky with it?
Tell you what, 7. What's the high of this candle? 722. Big time breakout spot on Fisker if it goes there.
Oh, big resistance coming into play. Next spot from there, I see 780s. So it could get going here if it wants to really take 7. Lucid up also I saw recently. So let's see if maybe Lucid moves on this also. On the day, it looks like it's trying to take 6. Looks like it already made an attempt and then came right back down. Will it make a move back through 6?
NVIDIA.
What's up with Tesla?
Tesla's going for that 276 still. It broke out of that sideways formation, slowly tried to go to the 276. We'll see if it takes it out here.
ARM finally starting to reverse a little bit, but I'm not touching that for a little while, guys. I really need to see it start moving. Basic materials struggling there. Nucor get bad news, bounced in the morning, now starting to fade. Will Nucor just take a beating right now? That actually looks like a short opportunity also. Nucor coming right back down there through that 161. See if it goes back down there towards 158.30s. Big support underneath it around the 160 spot. Yeah, let's see if I can get a little bounce here in Nucor. I don't mind getting shorted. I just want to get close to 161 as possible here.
Tesla rejected again at 276.
We'll see what happens there on Picard. Go back to Nucor here. Looking for bounces in these names to get short. But that's the thing. Sometimes on short, sometimes you got to chase a little bit. That's what I try to avoid myself doing. TTO getting a little bounce there. Base. All right, let's do this one. Greater than 2. See what's making moves out here. Sundial, 232s. FFIE up there close to 550s. That's another kind of EVs that are going with it. That owl pulled back a pretty significant amount.
Tesla pulling back here. 274.65 your VWAP on Tesla. Well, I have that as my broker's VWAP. Trade the Pool's VWAP. We're beneath it.
That's an asset management company, that Blue Owl Capital. That's interesting to see. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get back to some of the names that I'm looking after. MPC looks like it's trying to go lower here. Keeps rejecting. Looking to see if coal's going to spike down here. Ion Q, super weak, man. Looking around, guys.
Yeah, so am I. I don't really see much of anything. GDYN had a squawk on an activist possible takeover, but that's thin.
Not really a stock that I trade often, but Groupon had a lift earlier today, and the chart doesn't look too bad. Yes, I said it, guys. Groupon. Look at this little setup. Doesn't look too bad there. Nice little move to 1290s, recovering the 1230s. Has been down here about 3 times. Could make its way back to 1290s on the day. 13. The daily chart has a nice little
Tesla,
breakout.
There we go.
13 break.
There we go. Tesla coming into 275 here.
I like this actually. All right, guys. Starter long on Groupon. Yes, I said that. Starter long on Groupon.
Is there an inside joke there that I'm missing or something?
No, I just not a stock that I trade often.
Yeah.
You're looking at that Tesla Dragon? What are you looking at, man? Looking at the Dragon? DraftKings on a bit of run? Yeah, that's why I sold it. Nah, I just played. Nah, yeah, I can see that bouncing back. That's actually staying strong now. Remember how I said when I sold it, I could flip on it, but I don't know about all that. Intel below 38. That's a nice little pullback eventually. Automotive strike is hurting steel. Yeah, that could also hurt steel, right?
I want to see one more flush here in Tesla, and I might buy it as it comes back in. Trying to bounce off this 275. We'll see.
Nucor pretty weak there, but I'm still looking for a little bit of a bounce, and then I could get short. I don't want to go too early on that one. Now Groupon getting slightly above my entry here. Going to look to see if it takes towards 13 today, but it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's a daily outlook too.
Yeah, Jay, let me find that. I follow Charlie, so
All right, guys, just added a little bit there on Groupon. Still trying to hold on to this like kind of 12.30, 12.25 area, but just slowly working the position up. I do like to average into my positions a lot. The key is just always trying to understand where you're going about it. It's just going to be determining what you guys want to do. I don't like to get all into my position all at once. It very rarely has a tendency of helping me in a position.
He posted yesterday, 12 hours ago. Okay, so this might be a fake account.
Dun dun dun.
Cleo just dive bombed me. It's funny when he does that. No, see, these are all from September 11th. I mean, are you kidding me?
Arm looks like it wants to go lower here. Let's take a look at what else is making moves in the market. FFIE just pulled back pretty fast there, so be careful out there, team, on that one. XOM still battling this 118 here. Could just go lower from here. I'm looking at it. Would like to see it spike up and then fade off of 118.30s.
Yeah, I can't find it, Jay. I don't see anything from 12 hours ago. By the way, while I'm doing that, Tesla coming into VWAP here.
Looking to see if we can get a spike here on Pakar, but man, not getting much of that XLI also in the move. Let's see. Now it's bouncing a little bit off of 105.25s. Will Deer recover here? It's another way to kind of keep up with this stock here. UAL up, AAL starting to get going here. Some airlines actions not looking too bad on the day. DAL, one of the strong moves there. So I think it's time to finally add to AAL. My last ad, man. I'll take the
Trying
shot.
some Tesla here. We'll see.
All right, got my average down to 1441 there with American Airlines, holding off at 13 now, no matter what. Slowly working it up. Market don't want to bounce, man. Arm been trying. This looks like a little bit more now like algos are trying to hold it here at 63. So you guys can see an arm that it looks like it's trying to hold 63 multiple times now. I could risk off of the lows right now, which would be about $1 risk here, a little bit more than $1 risk. So I could take another shot there and arm if I wanted to today. That'd be about 20 shares, 30 shares for me. Would make sense there because it's like a couple of bucks on the upside action. So we'll see what happens if that does get the lift there. But I'm watching to see it because it could also turn around the market. That could also just be an indicator to kind of look for that to see if the market wants to get going here.
Trying Tesla here, needs a bounce, otherwise we'll cut. Couldn't find that tweet, Jay.
Market starting to bounce there? Not yet.
Not
Still
yet.
looking lower, man. Everything just looking lower, just getting just smacked. Apple looks like it's trying to fade off 175.33. We'll see if that does fade off there. Yep. HCC rejecting the move to go higher there. Now could just flush through 47s. It's a coal player. Key here is the intraday action looks bullish, but the daily looks like a topping action. Groupon going into the green here, now starting to get a little bit of a lift. I do want to add a little bit more now. Just need to get pullbacks below my entry.
Come on, Tesla, bounce for us.
All right, guys. Car still holding in there. Just put another attempt down to break down. Now I want to hold there towards like 85.25 and see this reverse back through 85.50s and to really start to push. Let's see if I can get it there. I've been hanging out in this position. Groupon starting to go into my favor. That does look good there. Also, that's just more on a daily base chart, and so this looks like a swing trade on the daily. So you see here how we kind of have a trend line approach here for Groupon for it to hold this pullback and then get the lift. So it could take that next step up to 13. That's where resistance is. That's what I'm looking to see if we can make the move. There's a move now up there to 12.54s. This could start getting moving. It's 10:50, guys, so we'll be soon to wrap up. Do got to tell you guys a little bit about, of course, Trade the Pool. Don't go anywhere, team. I'm actually going to play a trailer for us in just a second here. But definitely, like always, guys, smash the like out there. We'll get to some more action like always. And you guys don't need to go anywhere. We got an interview coming up for you guys just in a couple seconds here. We'll be waiting on that. Let me make sure that that's getting ready.
Yeah, Miguel, my thing is Tesla's either got to bounce or it probably is going to go re-challenge those lows. If it rolls over and can't bounce here, we'll just cut it and wait for another setup. But I think you're right. Probably does go back down in Tesla's. Just playing for a bounce, my man. Oh, here we go. Breakdown coming. New lows.
Pulling down my screen here as I go ahead and I'll give you guys a look into a person that got not 80,000 buying power. We're going up to the next level of extremes. What about $260,000 of buying power? This guy won his funded account. I'm going to show you right now. Show you so you guys can take a look at it. Let me make sure I rewind it so you guys can see.
Gotta cut this. Sorry, guys.
Tesla. Alexander G.
Stock sucks, man.
It's a tough one, man.
I hate it so much. I hate the stock so much. But I will slay this dragon eventually.
All right, here you guys have it. Let's take a look here. Alexander G got funded with 160,000, guys. Let's take a look here so you guys can learn a little bit more about Trade the Pool. Put this all the way up here. Got to get you some good volume.
It's absolutely insane. Like I see it like a light at the end of the tunnel. I thank you.
You guys are adding so much value with what you're doing because you can know how to trade all you want. If you don't have the capital behind you, I mean, you're kind of just spinning your wheels.
Most prop firms has like 5 to 10 stocks if they have stocks. Some have a bit more, but it's still not much to choose from. And also the spreads are pretty poor.
The thing is, I would say to learn to master one strategy over and over and over. Practice it, apply it, evaluate it, and go back and implement it.
After trading with Trade the Pool, it was more beneficial to scale into my position. So I would break up the trade into about 2 trades or 3 trades, and then I would get a nice solid average. I think it's something that I'm going to use going forward because I see the benefits of it.
So, are you ready to become a funded trader? Check out tradethepool.com.
All right, team. Definitely check out Trade the Pool, and we'll show you guys more and more as we keep going and battling here. I'll go back to my screen in just a second here. Probably going to get hit on Picard in a second here. So Picard definitely coming down on me, but I will be taking some more shots here, especially also in Poly Groupon, trying to add to any pullback on Groupon right now. But we'll see what happens. Orders out to add at like 45 and 40. I'm going to keep battling the day like always, guys. And we'll see what else we got for you guys coming up. You guys have a great interview. Zunaid's going to take control. So, Ryan, any wrap up for the day? And you ready for the weekend, my friend? I think you and I are ready for the weekend.
I definitely am. Yeah, no, Dave's telling me not to trade Tesla. Smoke Tuna saying don't trade Tesla. Look, I told you guys that Tesla is the one stock that I can't figure out. I'm trying to overcome that. If I can't, I won't. No big deal. But
There's
again, this
only
is
one
all in
way
the prop.
to
It's all
learn
really
it, right?
small. It's all controlled. So there's nothing. I'm frustrated that I can't get it to work. I'm not frustrated at what's going on. But yes, excited for the weekend. Have a good one. Enjoy the football. We'll be back at it next week.
Have a good one, guys. And yeah, I did get stopped out in Picard there, so we'll see what happens on Picard. But still in Groupon, gonna battle with that one, and gonna go ahead and bring on Zunaid if he's ready. You ready, my friend? You know it, guys. Let's get to the action. Let me bring on my man here. You guys might know this guy, right? My man Zunaid in the house. How we doing, man?
I'm doing well. The question is, when are you getting a haircut? Because I'm getting mine on Sunday.
Yeah, man. I was looking at it. I'm looking at probably next week on Monday or Tuesday, but I've been trying to keep up with it, man. I tried to do like 3 weeks, but there's so much going on in the world, man. Sometimes I don't even get a chance to get out to the barber, and I work from home, man.
Who gets a haircut on Sunday and misses NFL? Zunaid is so disappointed.
So here's the thing. You're right, though. Some people go to church. I have different religions, so I go get a haircut and then get ready for NFL Sunday. It opens at 11. You know what I mean? I'm in the East Coast. Kickoff is at 1. But that's a valid point, though, Ryan. I do agree
valid
with that.
point indeed. A valid point. But
am
all
I gonna
right,
get
my friend.
Yeah. We're waiting for the guests to get ready here, but sometimes, Mitch, I can't go too buzz cut because then it just looks like I have like a toupee on top. So I have to kind of like
You go too low on the side.
Yeah,
and
it's
too
like
much. It needs to be a
sometimes it looks
fade.
great, but sometimes it doesn't. So I feel like I'm gonna just go like maybe like
what do you go on the top? What do you go on the top?
I don't even know what the top is. Maybe
it's
like
a 4.
I don't know. But my hair is also thin. This is like
it's like a 4, right, or something, right?
I have no idea. I just know the side is like a skin fade. And by the way, Tim, you give me a thumbs
tell me
up
you're
whenever
looking into
ready.
hymns, though. Tell me you're looking into hymns.
Keeps is what I looked into a while back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think of it? You're not gonna
I
go
haven't
for
done
it?
yet. I've been listening. I just got laser last month. Just yesterday, I went to take care of my Invisalign. So we're taking it 1 month at a time.
Hey. One thing that I could say is, Keeps, if you're listening out there and you're looking for somebody to sponsor, my man Zunaid out here is ready.
Come on.
Ready, guys.
I used to have great, thick,
I actually, to tell you about Keeps, I actually knew a friend that used it, and he was completely bald, and I saw him grow hair. So, I mean, when that was a good, at least indication of a product, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I only knew him as bald, and then he told me, no, it's just because my hair doesn't grow that good. And so I went bald, and I was like, oh, I thought you just was like, that was your thing,
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. But if you got to bounce, go ahead. I'm going to wait to see if Tim is ready to go. But if you want to bounce, no worries. I'll just talk some stocks.
It, my friend. I'm just looking at Groupon, doing my thing, right? ARM was a good one yesterday, but Groupon looks interesting today. I'm in it.
You and I talked about ARM yesterday.
Yeah, that was a hard one, man. It keeps holding right now, though. This like 6250 area, 63. I feel like the algos are trying to put up a wall here, but the only question is how to come about it, right? You have to go slow.
So here's the deal, right? If you go ahead and look left, well, actually, that's a little too much color. If you look left, you had resistance hit here at around 6205, and that's pretty much on the penny where we are bouncing from. So if you're looking to go long, which I'm not going to do here, but if you're looking to go long, you kind of have a solid spot here, maybe risk about $1 or so. And then you can maybe try to make a move to the upside once again. But, I haven't taken a look into the evaluation of it or anything like that. Folks know that I'm not a fundamental trader, but just looking at it from a technical perspective, this looks like a solid buy area. Or maybe you already missed it because you had a move of about $1 right here already that happened, and maybe it's going to crack. So if it cracks this and you get a retest like you did on AMD here at the 103, 104 levels, maybe you go ahead and get a little bit more pain to the downside. But that's kind of what I've got on ARM. You swinging anything, by the way, over the weekend?
You did it there, Zunaid. Let's just say you did it there. Look what happened there.
Oh, there you go.
ARM, baby.
There you go. Tim, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, pal. I don't know if you can
I
hear
took my
me.
shot there on ARM. We were talking about it. So you know what? I kind of agreed with you. Risk about $1 there. So you guys see the stop there,
Awesome.
61.62. I took 20 shares there at 62.69. We'll see what happens.
I'll
take the shot.
Man. I
All
appreciate
right.
you. I'm gonna get ready for this interview. If you want to take care of the backdrops, I appreciate
Hey, I
you.
got
Hey,
you,
happy
my
weekend,
friend.
man. Enjoy it all.
You too, man. Take care. Always good seeing you,
Absolutely.
Zune.
You as well, my friend. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all in the chat for hanging out with us for live trading. And, you know, just like All Access, we also have some editorial interviews that we do because we want y'all to go ahead and get the information from executives themselves. And just here in a couple of minutes, we will go ahead and have a lovely company, QuantaSing Group. We will have the CFO, Tim Shi, who will join us here in a second. Tim, you ready for me? Looks like I got the thumbs up earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you on. How's it going? Your mic's on mute. There we go. How's it going, sir?
Hi, thanks
Yes.
for having me here. Nice
Absolutely.
to meet you tonight. Yeah.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on. You know, you guys went ahead and dropped some news and had the earnings come out, so I want to talk about that. But before we talk about the numbers, I'd love to have you give me some insight. And if you could explain it to me like I'm 5, what is it that your company does?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for your time, and thanks everybody. QuantaSing is the largest leading online service provider in China, dedicated to improving people's quality of life and well-being by providing lifelong personal learning and development opportunities. QuantaSing is the largest service provider in China's online adult learning market and China's adult personal interest learning market in terms of revenue, according to a latest report by Frost and Sullivan in terms of the revenue in 2022. By leveraging our proprietary tools and technology, QuantaSing offers easy to understand, affordable, and accessible online courses to adult learners and a variety of brands, empowering users to pursue personal development, especially in the current market trend and also the demographic involvement in China, and also the learning habit, the lifelong learning habit in China's population. Also, according to our latest quarterly news, we reached a record high, over 90 million registered users, and we are the largest one player in our market. Yeah.
Well, congrats on that. And that's what I want to talk about is your earnings report, which you mentioned the success that you've had. And we live in such a digital world now, right? Like I can tell you for me personally, when I tried to learn how to trade, I did it all online. When I tried to do anything else that my side hustles, I always just, look up how to do it online. So I feel like that's such a big thing, whether you're a teenager, a child, an adult, or, senior citizen, whatever the case may be. What has kind of been the one main reason that y'all have seen such great success that you reported in your earnings report? And how do you believe it'll continue to provide success moving forward as well?
Yeah, I think first, though we are a very young company, we have around 4 years of operating history. We seized the market trend and customer demand, and we cultivated our technology base and accumulated online operating experiences to build up our key capability to identify the customer needs and to create the tailor-made contents in the form of online courses, interest-based courses for our users. During the past 4 years, we accumulated a very solid technology base and also a large user base. And also we have developed our business methodology and the whole process of the online operation. So after 4 years of operating, we have accumulated a large user base, and also the revenue reached a high record in the latest quarter. Because we are a purely online company, we have a very scalable business model. So we have a very efficient operating methodology. When we reached a very high level of revenue, all of our expenses and cost structure can support the very good bottom line. So in this quarter, after we launched our individual learning brands, for example, the Qiniu in 2019, Jiangzhen in 2021, and Qianchi in 2022. So all of those three brands have reached a very sizable amount of revenue and also reached a relatively mature stage. So we generated a massive bottom line, massive and sizable bottom line, adjusted net profit.
You mentioned, so that's the thing. You mentioned the success in revenue, and then you just talk about net profit. Since you're an online base and you can scale it, but I also assume your margins are pretty nice as well, since you don't have anything in terms of like different SKUs and inventory overhead. Talk to us about the margins and if you expect those to kind of consistently stay the same at the very least, if not grow.
Yeah, I think in terms of our market, we cater to the adult learning interest. So we can identify our adult learning demand in the market, seizing the most popular trend and also the interest from our customers and also the feedback. We have a dedicated in-house team to create the contents to make it understandable, accessible, and affordable to our online customers, because in China currently there's a learning habit for the adults to upskill and to reskill their personal development, but also for their personal life well-being. For such kind of area, we offer the online courses for our customers, easy understanding and easy learning through the live streaming and recording all of the online form. We can deliver a very comfortable way for our customers to enjoy the learning experience. And also in the future, I think based on our current cost structure and also established infrastructure, we can deliver the results more efficiently in the future. I think the margin will at least remain the same, and maybe we can offer more and more diversified courses to our customers.
And I apologize for interrupting. It looks like we're losing a bit of quality on your audio and video. So if you'd like to, we can maybe try to see if there's low bandwidth on your end. But let me see. Are you back with us?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Much better. I apologize for the interruption there. Technology sometimes just has its own issues. Last question to you is there anything else in the pipeline, anything in the future that investors or potential investors should look forward to? Any idea?
Yeah. I think the key for our for QuantaSing is our accumulated experiences and capability in terms of our live streaming skills and technology base, and also the user engagement operation experiences. After around 4 years of development, we have built up very solid infrastructure, and we have a solid management team with entrepreneurial culture, and also we operate in a very big market with potential opportunities in the learning market, and also based on our technology and experiences, we have a large pool of the interest-based SKUs or the courses. We have the capability to see the market trend and to tailor-made such kind of courses in our pool. Maybe at the early stage, it is on a very small scale, but after we prove that the success of the courses, we will launch and we expand the scale of such kind of courses. And also based on such business model, we have a very scalable capability to enlarge such kind of live streaming business model, maybe in other areas. We can sell contents, we can sell courses through live streaming to our users for their enjoying of their interests. And also we can, based on the customer user base and also our technology, we can sell other kinds of maybe the live e-commerce products. For example, in August, we achieved a new business initiative in terms of the GMV over 13 million RMB in 1 month, because it is based on the same technology, same business model and same business methodology. So we can easily tap into other related area, generating results based on our capability.
Yeah, trends is definitely, something to keep in mind, especially as, AI is obviously such a big thing now. Before it was
Yeah.
kind of Bitcoin, and actually in the between that you had NFTs, and there are always adults that are trying to learn about that. I know my, parents and adults in my life will say, "Hey, like I'm trying to learn about this. How do I do it?" So completely agree to kind of follow the trend. Matter of fact, in the trading world, we say the trend is your friend. But Tim, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Congrats on a great quarter, and I look forward to more conversations in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Hope to talk next time.
Absolutely. And that's Tim Shia, who is the CFO, of Quanta Sing Group. Thank you once again, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
And thanks y'all in the chat for hanging out with us as well. And, online earning, it really is such a big deal. And obviously China is such a big market, the Asian market itself. Hopefully y'all got some wonderful insight from that interview. And of course, as always, do your own due diligence to make sure the investment is worth your hard-earned money. And we thank you for joining us today. Enjoy the weekend. See y'all.